get started in just a minute or two. Thank you for hopping on and joining us. I love seeing where everyone is streaming in from. Let us know if you do have any questions about about Adduco. Feel free to ask those in the question box below the video. We are going to get rocking and rolling in just a second. So thanks for hopping on with us. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hopping on. Super excited to get started with you. I am Chris from AppSumo, and today we have a super awesome webinar for you. We have Riley and Rees from Adduco here, and we're going to be walking you through an awesome product. So if you don't already know, Adduco is a data platform that gives you the intelligence tool you need to organize and personalize your ads to increase your sales. And it is in the AppSumo store right now for just $79 for lifetime access. So as you can see, we got 3 of us on here right now. I'm going to shut my camera down and we're going to give you guys a walkthrough of the product and the platform. If you have any questions, you got no sound. Oh no. Riley, can you hear me? Rees, you guys hear me?
Yeah,
all right.
I can hear you. Loud and clear.
All right. We got people hearing me. Okay. Loud and clear. Thanks, team. All right. So I'm going to shut down. We're going to get that walkthrough going for you. If you got questions, feel free to drop them below the video. We'll be getting those answered for you once we finish the walkthrough. And if you got any comments, feel free to pass those along in the chat. Yeah, so without further ado, if you want to get your camera on, Rees, and get that walkthrough going, we will blast off. So thank you guys. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Well, good morning,
afternoon,
evening
I can
to
hop in
everyone,
here.
wherever you are in the world. We're coming to you from New Zealand. It's 2 a.m. in the morning here, so forgive me if I am a little slow or linger on things for too long. I'm joined, by with Riley. Riley is our CTO. I'm CEO, and what we'll do is run you through a top-level overview of our platform, what you can do with our platform. We'll create a campaign or two, and then what I'd like to do is take you through the product vision and some basic top-level use cases for sales, marketing, and advertising teams. So I'm just going to share my screen here. Hopefully it works. All right, I'm hoping everyone can see this. So yeah, diving straight in. Here we go. After onboarding, you are immediately presented with our dashboard. So our dashboard, as it sits right now in this first iteration of the AppSumo/brand plan, shows basic top-level stats about your campaigns, the ad sets and ads within your campaigns. We allow basic filtering and all the rest, as well as search functions. We have a quick overview of your most recently created custom audiences, as well as your most recent posts. So actionable, easy to kick into things. What I'll do is take you through the audiences before we go through the campaigns, so I can explain a little bit about how we surface our insights, the types of insights that we present, and again, what you can do with them. So if any of you are familiar with how we connect and how we aggregate our data, and also the integrations that we enable you to connect, sorry, more so for those who aren't. Top level, our MO with our product is to be able to connect to the sales, marketing, and advertising tools that you guys all use in your stack day to day, and combine them together, refine and enrich the data that we can pull from them, and overlay all of that into what we call our insights canvas. So at a minimum, what we ask is for you to connect your Facebook page, your Instagram page, and your Google Analytics property. Typically, it's nice to see 1,000 followers on each of the pages and a good month of runtime with your Google Analytics property to be able to aggregate decent, unbiased, not so skewed data. And of course, the more data you have, the merrier, and the more accurate your insights will be. So after connecting those, you can navigate directly to our insights panel, our insights page here. Again, top level, it's something that you'd see with your Facebook insights anyway. Country, geographic, breakdown of the languages within your audience, as well as gender splits. What I'm going to do right now, and it will be shown throughout the rest of the audience canvas, is throw in a comparison audience for measurement purposes and to see how one is performing against the other. So it's really, really easy to do. So right now we will analyze all the audiences connected to this insights canvas against, say, just the Facebook audience connected to the insights canvas. So you can individualize and you can pull those out. So immediately here you see this nice, bright, vivid comparison, and that flows through all over the place. So nothing special here in terms of demographic. I'm sure you've seen this all before, and it's quite possibly not much value add to you. When we move over to our psychometric tab, this is when it gets a little bit more fun. So this took a long, long time to develop. What we do here in particular is take what we call somewhat complete pictures of your audiences across those integrations. And each of those incomplete pictures sort of give you different parts of the puzzle, if you will. So by joining them all together, you get a complete picture. You see the entire puzzle. So here immediately we analyze your audience's personality traits, the big 5 personality traits. I'm hoping most people will be sort of familiar with what those values mean and what they don't mean. Then we break it down into the individual facets of each of those traits. So if you need a little bit of help, you can break those down and you can go a little bit more granular on things. So again, as above, you can scroll through the different ranges. Immediately across here, and this is the more sort of actionable data, is we surface your consumer needs. So this is more so something that will translate into your branding, website copy, and if you're really onto it, into your ad creative and ad copy. So rolling through your consumer needs, your consumer values, again, similar application, your consumption preferences. One thing I did fail to mention earlier is that this entire presentation, and I'm sorry for not mentioning this earlier, this entire presentation is on our development server, not our live production server. So we can play around with the data and we can do whatever we want and it won't affect anything in the real world. So here we roll through the consumption preferences of your audience. Again, may be helpful depending on how in tune you are as a copywriter and as a creative, or your team is, as well as religious beliefs. One thing to note as well is we have developed more visualizations that we are currently testing with beta customers, enterprise customers, such as political beliefs and all the rest. The reason why they are not sitting in this current version is either because they aren't complete or because of inaccuracy. I mean, we are super, super diligent, and uh, we obsess over the accuracy of our data here. So naturally, that takes a long time to train and a long time to perfect. So those will be rolling out very, very soon, as well as additional tabs along here that I'm sure you'll all find of great value. Finally, we run through the behavioral values of your audience. So looking at your engagement, so when the events were and the likes, looking at weekly engagement, and again, you can break any of this down. So it's really, really easy to see when your peak times are and all the rest. Yeah, it's a step above rolling through Instagram and looking at when your hottest time is. Below here, we're talking about how your audience is getting to you and connecting with you. I'm unsure why that says available, because they're available. Sorry, I do know why. Is because we are comparing a Facebook audience, and again, some integrations provide different parts of that puzzle. Um, so please bear in mind that some integrations won't populate certain graphs, and some are a mix. So here we're breaking down, you know, all the different device usage and the rest. Um, Finally, we get to your consumer classifications and purchase interests. So right now, off the top of my head, we process, I think listed we have 670, 700 different consumer classifications. So these are essentially your go-tos. I mean, if your boss or if you're working with a branding agency or anyone nosy wants to dig into your customer personas, who are these people that we are meant to be talking to and the rest, it's very, very easy to take a directive from here. So we've trained these, we've informed these with many different libraries, reference data, third-party data. So we are quite confident that the 670 that may display are pretty on the ball, and they'll only get better. So that's insights in a nutshell, really. Viewing all those insights, we do enable you to go and create and manage your audiences. A really cool thing to note with Adduco is that any custom audiences that you have built in your native ads manager, so for now with Facebook integration, your Facebook ads manager, business manager, any of those audiences, custom audiences, saved audiences are automatically populated into Adduco here. And vice versa, if you are creating any audiences in Adduco, they will show in your native Facebook ads manager. With the upcoming Google Ads integration that I know many, many, many of you are absolutely off the wall to see. We'll be doing exactly the same, and we'll be trying our best with future integrations with ad platforms to the AppSumo plan, such as LinkedIn ads. We've had requests for Pinterest ads, Snapchat ads, YouTube, and all the rest. So audience management across all of your ad platforms will hopefully be a cinch and will make things a lot more easier for you. So moving across, we also display just under 130 predefined audiences for you. So I know that particularly coming from an advertising agency background, sometimes you get a little bit lazy, or sometimes you simply don't know enough about that particular audience, or perhaps you're you're a beginner to Facebook ads. Our aim with our predefined audiences is to make it as easy as possible for you as we can. So we're going to keep building these. We're going to keep refining and enriching these as well, so making them a little bit more accurate. I mean, right now, and an important thing to mind is that a lot of the the predefined audiences because of the mix of Facebook targeting conditions available in different countries. For example, United States that we see here, uh, they have access to better income targeting, household targeting. You can target net worth and the likes, whereas you can't do that here in New Zealand. So what we're trying to do is be able to alter those predefined audiences based on where you are in the world as well. So that'll be super handy. It also means that the entire world isn't just lumped with top level generic predefined audiences. We can hopefully go on and give you predefined audiences that are just a cut deeper. So here, forgive me, I've just pulled up the editor for one of the audiences. Here we're looking at high net worth online shoppers in North America over a certain age bracket. So you can really do whatever you want here. You can move it around, do whatever. You can change the age range. I'll probably set that back there. You can target different languages. Again, and a question that we've had frequently is, will this work for a non-English language? Our answer is that it is exactly the same as placing a Facebook ad within your native ads manager. So it really shouldn't be a problem. We are working on non-English language support for our not only our interface, but for our personalization tools, so our sentiment analysis and all the rest. That'll be coming in the near future. So here it's super, super easy to build audiences. I mean, we've and I'd love to hear more feedback on this and feedback into how we can improve and make this more intuitive and even more helpful for you. But building an audience is really a cinch. So you're adding in particular interests here. Go through, roll whatever you want. I don't know what high net worth shoppers shop for because I'm not one of those. But let's say, if you wanted Louis Vuitton or whatever, I assume that that's high net worth. You can add that in and you can do whatever you'd like there. So I'll just go ahead and hide that. You have access to and/or audience targeting, making it super, super easy. And again, you can add in all of your exclusions there. So again, making it intuitive, making it easy, adding in a lot better, a lot more easily interpreted descriptions, just to make it easy for those beginners and those who are a little bit lazy. Because trust me, we all get a bit lazy sometimes. Over here, in the final component of our audiences section within this version of the AppSumo plan, is press analysis. So this is really, really cool. Coming from an agency background, and again, I'll dig into that later and why we started doing this, is that a big component was competitor analysis. We wanted to go a stab deeper at that, particularly when we were working with our early beta customers with this product. So working with companies like Land Rover very early on, and they're a great example, is that whenever a press article, blog article, a post goes out that they've paid for, or is just gone out because people want to post about them, they want to know whether that content is in line with drivers of consideration for purchase of one of their vehicles. They also want to know whether it is not in, so it's in line with drivers of non-consideration. So if it's putting them off one of their vehicles. If they can be aware of that, they can make better choices when it comes to allocating their PR spending with the people that they send their cars to and the projects that they work on. So that is super, super helpful. And previously, before that, a large brand like that, it was left up to manual human interpretation, that good old stuff. So I'll shut up and show you here. Again, we are offering what is shown on the Insights canvas, but for a particular post. So what we're doing for DJI here is analyzing Parrot's most recent posts. We're looking at all of the same values that you'd see. Again, nothing crazy here. We've condensed the way that your consumption preferences are visualized here just to fit in this format. But again, it should show you any and every little piece of information that you should want to know about a competitor's post. So it should be hopefully quite helpful. And again, compare it against your own audience and their engagement, blah, blah, blah. I will run you through posts before we get to campaigns, because that's probably the longest component to explain. So here, really, really basic post review. We're going to pull up this post. It will display video, GIF, all the rest, insights. You can go through comments and do what you want to do with it. Nice and simple, easy, simple post management. What we have actually begun to build, but it hasn't shipped, again, finishing building components of it and testing, is post scheduling. So I'd assume that many people watching this would be familiar with Buffer and absolutely love those sorts of products. We do too, we use them too. But again, if you can manage your posts and that sort of workflow, and bring that into this, we imagine that it will help people out quite a bit. So we're working on that and should ship that soon. So finally, the fun stuff, we will run you through our campaign interface. So again, bear in mind that for this particular AppSumo plan, is built entirely around Facebook ads. And up until a week ago, we didn't think that we were going to integrate Google Ads with us anytime soon. And seeing the hundreds of requests for it, we are, we're shifting gears and getting into that right away. It should be delivered to you in the coming weeks. We're very, very excited to push that. So what I mean by bearing in mind is that the campaign interface will change slightly, and by changed, it will become more advanced. By design, we are hoping to keep it as intuitive as possible and as easy as possible to navigate. So there should be some fun things to explore there. So immediately moving into your campaign. So this is just your basic campaign management tab. There's just 4 campaigns loaded in here right now. You can view the ad sets within your campaign, as well as the individual ads within that campaign. It's nice, simple, easy. Again, if you're familiar with the Facebook ads management interface, you should be able to get around this super, super easily. You shouldn't have any sort of learning curve to hop over. And again, I hope that it is a little bit more intuitive, a little bit easier to use for you. I won't take a dig at the UI at the moment. So what we'll do here is jump straight into creating one. So again, similar objectives, you should all be familiar with if you've created a Facebook ads before. So we'll run with awareness, and we will put together a brand awareness ad. So we will just call it test campaign, keep it in English language. You can add labels to it if you like. I'm cool. I think I can find it at the moment. And one thing to note is, and I know that quite a lot of you are familiar with it, and it's great that everyone is up to date and preempting everything, is that in September, Facebook will be rolling out a different type of campaign budget optimization processes. It is actually very interesting, and it should help those marketers that are perhaps a little bit fresher to Facebook advertising to better allocate their spend across their entire campaign. So it's a good thing. We are offering it right now. So I would absolutely go ahead and click that button. Again, we talk about exactly what it is. Probably could have just read that tooltip and set it in less time. What we're going to do is insert a campaign budget. So let's just say $5,000. And again, you can switch between daily budget, lifetime budget. Cool. $5,000 a day is quite a lot. I could not afford that, so we'll go with lifetime budget. And of course, your campaign bid strategy. So that will always differ dependent on the objectives that you choose. Next, we're going to go through and create your ad sets. So this is all fun stuff. Hopefully, if you have placed a Facebook ad, you will appreciate how we have made this interface or designed it in a more intuitive way. I'm saying intuitive a lot, and you guys are probably getting sick of it, but that has really been the MO with creating and integrating Facebook ads into our platform. We just want to make it easier. We want to make it quicker. It'll probably be a lot quicker if I stop talking so much. Again, you can go and add your labels. You can select schedule for your campaign, as well as advanced options as well. I won't touch those right now. And you can run through automatic placements. You can also choose your custom placements. So this is all cool, all of that stuff. And again, running, and again, it's something that we're designing at the moment and testing in various states, is the ability to have a unified campaign manager for all of your ad platforms. So it's pretty damn ambitious, and we're slowly working. It's a real round peg and square hole sort of thing. So we're really putting our minds to work and trying to figure out how to integrate Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads all into one interface. So you can select your placements. Depending on what placements you pick, you can you'll be presented with the different targeting conditions available on each of those platforms. I'm hoping that that's quite exciting. I find it exciting. From here, yeah, again, pick your mobile devices and all the rest, and operating systems and all that fun stuff. Really, really easy. Here, the same as our audience builder, we make it super easy to insert in targeting, and we'll just go with interests. Let's say we are going with sport and outdoors. Let's go tech, actually. We'll go consumer electronics. We'll take that one, GPS devices. Let's go camcorders. We should probably pick cameras since we're working with DJI here. Makes sense. Cool, and we'll run with that. We won't do too much more. Once you've done that, you're happy with that, you can move next, and here you are going to create an ad for your ad set. So what we will do is, let's just pick Adduco here, is go ahead, let's name your ad. So we can name it Cool Ad. It's a really good name. That'd be funny if I was 5. And here you can also select an Instagram account if you'd like to post out on there. Again, your ad formats, dependent on whatever campaign objective you select right at the start, will differ. We offer all of those, as well as instant experiences. We offer lead ads. We have a really, really cool, far more intuitive lead ad builder, because I know how frustrating and annoying and boring it is to create a lead ad on Facebook. Zuck, please don't ban me after this webinar. I love Facebook. Here, we allow you to upload your media. We have your creative library, and we also have a really cool Unsplash integration here. So dependent on, and again, while we ask for your location, your brand name, your brand industry on onboarding, is to be able to personalize parts of our own platform to you. It's kind of prehistoric personalization compared to what we're helping you do, but it enhances your experience here, hopefully. So we have our creative here, which is really, really cool. Looks really, really cool. We're going to paste in some ad copy. Immediately here, what you'll see is the delivery of basic market relevance. We assess the intent and sentiment behind your ad copy as well. That is really, really small on my screen, and apologies, people, if you haven't been able to see it too well up to this point. I'll zoom in, accessibility mode. So here, based on what I just pasted in here, we're seeing how sort of on point with your particular facets of your market, your potential market with your ads, how on point it is with them. So right now, based on what I just pasted in there, we see that visual arts and design and photographic and digital arts it's hugely relevant to that market, as well as toys, radio controllers, blah, blah, blah. Scrolling down, we also run through the intent of your message, which is really quite helpful sometimes. If, again, in an agency setting, people interrupt you every other minute asking you, how does this come off? Is it spammy, or is it too much, or is it too little? So we provide that right here. We also run through the emotion conveyed within your copy, as well as whether it is abusive or not. We run through the sentiment in your copy. You might want to be negative about things, you might want to be positive about things, so this is helpful to you, hopefully. And our spelling and grammar isn't working out now on the step server. Here you can add in your website URL. Nice little plug there, headline, test headline, as well as link description if you want to paste it in there. Cool. Select CTA, same as Facebook, make it super easy. And then you have advanced options here as well, because that's the stuff that you just need to have in there. So we have a cool looking ad there. I think it looks pretty nice. And then finally, you see a summary of your campaign, runs through what and where and who and how it's going to go and all the rest. And you can go ahead and confirm and send it to Facebook, and you're good to go. So that's the basic sort of workflow as it sits at the moment for creating Facebook ads. Again, it's posting up here. I'm actually glad that we did this on a dev server. So we're not spending $5,000 on someone's credit card. That'd be a nice present to wake up to. So as I was saying, that's the basic workflow. Absorb your insights, build audiences from those insights, and then build out your Facebook campaign. So you can imagine how it will look and act and feel as we integrate more ad platforms, as we integrate mail apps, as we integrate basic analytical tools and interfaces, interfaces with apps such as Segment and Zapier integrations and all the rest. Again, the core function is to be able to surface greater, more complex, detailed, accurate insights, build audiences, the right people to talk to, and then create personalized ads to them. So one thing that I have been harping on about is personalization, and I'll dive into that in a moment. I mean, at the moment, there is only so much that you can do with personalization inside a Facebook ad. So we will be releasing more personalization tools that we have built out as we progress to sit within each pertinent ad management integration and all the rest. So interface will change as integration's ready. Finally here, one thing I encourage is your settings, your subscription settings, all the rest. One thing to note is if you have created a free plan and you are looking to move into an AppSumo plan, then you'll manage your settings here, you paste in your code, and you're good to go for life. We'll be very, very lucky and happy to see you. Notification preferences, manage your integrations here. Here is actually a really good way to show you what we have coming up. So each of these integrations are in various stages of being built and testing and all the rest. Again, we didn't imagine the response that we have had, and we thank you for that in regards to our integrations. So yeah, we're working damn hard to be able to throw these into the AppSumo plan. I'm communicating the order of shipment on our product roadmap. Riley can hopefully paste in a link to that in the chat. And you guys can see and vote and comment and also add requests for any integrations that you may like. So here we have ad tools coming up, audience tools, Salesforce and all the rest. We're testing certain CRMs with certain enterprise clients in beta at the moment. That is really, really fun, and that is really, really cool, and I absolutely can't wait to ship that to a lighter weight AppSumo / brand plan. I mean, that just the stuff that you're able to do and see, particularly when it comes to customer profiles, customer personas, your audience personas, and then personalization from it. It is freaking cool. So here's the rest of your audience tools. E-commerce is something that I am absolutely passionate about as well, and being able to integrate your e-commerce systems, interfacing with Adduco, will hopefully provide you with just an insanely new level of retargeting and email personalization and all the rest. I mean, yeah, super excited about that, and I'll talk more about that as we get closer to it. Please bear in mind that we haven't integrated all of these into this brand plan, just purely because of the potential sizes of, well, the potential package sizes of data that we would likely be moving and analyzing if everyone connects all of these up. One thing to bear in mind on a lifetime deal is that it is a lifetime deal, and that price is set. So there's this margin that we have to work around and figure out, like long term, in terms of operational costs and data processing costs and all the rest, to work in and find the right balance there, so we don't go out of business in 5 minutes. So we're working on that. Now, very quickly, what I would love to do is just take you through a super quick overview of our product vision and all the rest. I'm just trying to find that. Here we go. Our product vision, why we do what we do, and all the rest. So as a real quick sort of intro, Riley and I are from agency backgrounds. We started an agency, we were very, very young. That agency grew to 12 people and was built as a bunch of Gen Z social geeks who are great at connecting brands with Gen Z as well. We grew really, really well, and we built campaigns out with major brands like Mazda. We worked with local government and grew some influential presences, put it that way. We worked with a lot of celebrity influencers in-house, as was the rush 2.5, 3 years ago. We built out a content network for Gen Z audiences as well. So we started developing an in-house tool to manage our influencers, which was really the start of it all. We spun Adduco out of that, developing the product that we're here to talk about today. So our product vision is, it's really simple. We want to provide the insights and tools for you to be able to personalize your entire digital customer experience end to end. This means personalized chatbot messages when a prospect lands on your website for the first time, to deeply relevant micro-targeted ads, to personalized emails that land in the customer's inbox after their third purchase with you. So it's ambitious, but if you think that's our long-term goal, I think that we can certainly change the way that marketers, advertisers, and salespeople, we can certainly change their workflows for the better, and help them out a lot. So at Adduco, and what we're really trying to do is we're aspiring to help marketers, advertisers, and salespeople surface valuable new insights and become productive and effective in their workflows. The team and I will continue to own this mission, and as I said in our email to customers earlier today, we'll dedicate nothing short of our full efforts to this. After a week of the AppSumo launch, we now recognise that we must deeply consider the overall ecosystem when building what should be such a dynamic tool to suit all of their needs, requests, and requirements of global brands, agencies, freelancers, and all other valued customers. Again, we're super committed to that now more than ever. And please be assured that we will always consider not only our customers, but also our future users, the stacks and workflows they use, as well as the future of customer data. So here's our team as it sits at the moment. We're small, we're young, aside from Chad. Chad, if you're watching this, please don't hurt me. No, we're all young. We're absolutely passionate about what we do. We have a good relationship down this end of the world from our working agency, and yeah, we're hoping to absolutely blow this thing up. Our sort of MO behind creating this product and taking it in the direction it has is that there's a great problem to chase, and that was really proved out by 6 years in our agency, and also backed up by the efficacy for our product as it sits today. Yeah, we do think that, and in consideration of marketers, advertisers, salespeople, and their workflows, is that everything that they're doing needs to be more personalized. It's the most critical marketing condition today, and over the next 5 years in 3 sectors alone. So in direct to consumer, D2C, healthcare, and financial. Off the top of my head, I hope I got it right. Over the next 5 years in those 3 sectors alone, personalization will push a revenue shift of some $800 billion to the 15% of companies that get that right. So, I mean, if even more got that right, it would just be, it is a huge market effect, and is absolutely critical to succeeding in the wild today. So, going a deeper level on how our product works and what it does today, we offer 3 key features or products, if you will, on our platform, and each product is available on platform and supported through one-click integrations. So first, we allow the brand to one-click integrate marketing analytics, e-com, sales, social tools to Adduco, and our proprietary tech then pipes whatever is connected and infers the data into the visualizations that I showed you earlier. And seeing that color is great, but doing stuff with it is even better. So we then pipe those enriched insights into the targeting conditions you saw, as well as personalization tools and all the rest, and guide content and other outputs with those assistive creation tools. So really the core thing to understand with our product is that the loop is to read the data, enrich the data, make more data, and then loop that back. So how, all right, so I'm just trying to, I think this is right. So that's really what our product does in essence. But what we're really trying to strive for, and this is a mission that other people are trying to strive for as well, we're absolutely conscious of that, is for customer data ubiquity. So what customer data ubiquity means, say in a sales solution, for example, as we're seeing on screen here. I mean, this is a typical sales stack for, we'd say an advanced small or a good medium-sized company. I mean, we've seen large enterprises with a similar stack. But what it means for what customer data ubiquity means in a sales solution in particular is that brands can identify their best prospects and find actionable insights to beat sales objectives by organizing, enriching, and personalizing all sales interactions. So we offer the same solution for marketing and advertising, teams as well, with integrations found in every marketing and advertising stack of tools. So for advertising, our solution to this great problem means that brands can easily target personalized advertising, create content relevant to the eyes they should be delivering to, and create experiences their customers love with powerful digital personalization tools. So that really sort of wraps things up here. here's a better example of what we do in regards to each of those products. So that really wraps things up
Now,
for
awesome. Thank
me.
you so much for going through that. That was awesome.
I,
We have a
I'm
handful of
unsure where we go
questions
from
that
here.
we can go through now, and
Chris, yeah, cool.
I can read them off to you, and you can fire away. So the first one is, what are the things you can achieve with Adduco that you can't achieve in Facebook's Business Manager in terms of customer insights or custom audiences?
Ooh, okay, cool. Yeah, so immediately, because we allow you to observe all of those psychometric, behavioral, those extra insights. What we've done, and I didn't do a good job of running you through it, is allowing you to pipe those into the equivalent Facebook targeting conditions. So at the moment, we're working on piping those same psychographic um, values and all the rest into equivalent Google Ads, targeting conditions and all the rest. So, for example, if you had a particular personality facet, let's say if someone was more adventurous, then what Facebook targeting conditions equate to that? So that's what we're trying to do in terms of insights, custom audiences. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Next up, does your app work with the Facebook Ads API or just the general Facebook API?
Oh, we have access to all APIs, and with that comes great responsibility. It also um, regular API reviews, which is absolutely great. So it means that what we're doing on our platform, across every inch of our platform, is always assessed. It's always vetted, and we're made to ensure that we are processing data, managing data with ethical processes and practices. So that's great, and that's why we have access to all. We maintain that.
Awesome. Okay. Marilyn asks, do we have to be running Facebook or social media ads to benefit from this tool? So I guess asking kind of, can you get started with Facebook ads with Adduco, or do you already have to be running ads to be benefiting from them?
You can get started running ads. What we do ask at the moment is that, again, at a minimum, you connect your Facebook page, your Instagram, Google Analytics, and a Facebook ad account. Ad accounts are free to create. They're very, very easy to create. And we allow you to jump straight out of our onboarding process to create that and come back. Um, yeah, it is like for our platform to function properly, for all those insights to display, you do need those integrations there. Without one, it's the equivalent of building a house without laying down a concrete foundation.
Mhm.
It just won't work. So yeah, uh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Next question. Multi-profile accounts is included in this. So are multi-profile accounts included in the AppSumo plan?
Not now. Yes, we are working on it. Again, it wasn't something that we were expecting people to absolutely go off the rules and request. So we're working on that. We need to find the right balance. Again, juggling the economics of a lifetime deal and in relation to such a data heavy piece of software that is always live, that is processing data every single hour of every single day. We need to figure out how to best manage multi-users, as well as multi-account integrations as well. So that means being able to plug in 10 Facebook accounts, ad accounts, and 10 Facebook pages and all the rest. So yeah, we're working on that, and once we figure out that right balance, we can finish building and ship that.
All right. Eugene asks, I think you might have addressed this in the video, but does it work with only English audiences, or how would that work in other countries or with different audiences?
Yes. So again, placing an ad, it's just the same as placing an ad on the native Facebook platform for this, and it will be the same for other integrations that we connect as well. Um, the only um, the only thing to note is that our interface is only in English language for now. Um, eh, yeah, again, we just haven't had the luxury to go through and put together multilingual support. And as well as I showed you our market relevancy and sentiment analysis tools currently are only tuned for the English language. Again, 'cause we haven't had time to train in other languages, and I know that is going to be a big task, and Riley is probably rolling his eyes right now. So yeah.
All right. The next question we got from Rich. Can you give a practical real life example on how to identify audiences and your pre-built audiences?
Within the pre oh, and, um, yeah, easily. So if you again, I mean, you'll have to be creating an audience for something. I take that something, see if it matches up with a predefined audience. I mean, if you have to create an ad, you're selling women's apparel. I know there's a predefined audience in there for women's apparel buyers. So yeah, easily pick that, match it up. You'll see a range of targeting conditions already there, so you don't need to try and reinvent the wheel, or be worried about missing out on a particular thing. Um, so that's how I'd sort of go about it to start. That's the most practical, real life example that I can think of to start. Otherwise, I mean, the answer I can give is just the same as any other Facebook marketer. It's to go with your intuition as a human. Actually, I wouldn't say any other Facebook marketer. I'm probably going to get roasted for this. But I mean, when you're picking targeting conditions, you're going with common sense, you're going with logic, you're going with intuition. You're picking those targeting conditions because you know that the person that your ad needs to be delivered to does a particular thing or behaves a particular way or sits in this particular income bracket or what have you. So that's how I go about it. I hope that answers your question.
All right. Is Google Analytics mandatory? One of my brands doesn't use it.
Yeah, yeah, it is mandatory. Again, to not have it, you won't see some of the insights. I know our onboarding process is it's kind of like RoboCop at the moment because we really want people to see all of the insights and experience the full breadth of the platform to be able to uh, not well, sorry, to not connect Google Analytics, you won't be seeing a good portion of those insights and graphs. And then some graphs that you do see may not be populated totally correctly because again, for some visualizations, we take a mix of the integrations that you connect to populate them and enrich them and make sure that they are accurate. So I'd set it up. It's free. It takes 5 minutes. Um, it'll be sitting there. I mean, if you don't have a digital property to connect it to, then that might be a bit more difficult. So yeah, but we are looking at reviewing what is mandatory and what isn't mandatory because we have had a mix of interesting feedback about that.
Awesome. All right. Lucas asks, he says, the biggest thing about this tool seems to be the data aggregation and analysis. Not many good tools out there do this. Will you continue to develop in that direction? I'll honestly probably continue creating ads through Facebook and Google interface, but the data analysis seems great. So will you continue to develop in the direction of data aggregation and analysis?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Riley is absolutely obsessed with it. We have a very ambitious vision to fill, and that can only be filled by better data aggregation. I also think in a key principle of what we're designing here is that data aggregation should be a lot easier than it is today. I mean, even using fantastic tools like Segment and the rest, it is still, I mean, unless you know what you're doing, you really know what you're doing. I mean, you've been around the marketing, advertising track, data track for a bit, um, and it's insanely powerful. But again, most data aggregation tools just aren't easy. You can't just one click integrate like we offer, and your stuff is plugged in and we're reading it and laying all that out for you. So we'll definitely move in that direction. I'm very excited about sharing what we have designed and what's in the works. Yeah.
Awesome. Next one, can I use this for multiple pages I manage? For example, I have 2 pages in different niches. Can I use this for both of them if they're under the same Facebook account?
Yeah, not right now. So as I mentioned earlier, we weren't intending on this being included in this particular plan, but the response has been so great, we are doing this. And as I talked about, we are trying to figure out the economics of being able to include a whole heap of integrations on a lifetime deal, because again, a lot of data, significant cost over time, and we do want to ensure that we can stay in business. So yeah, we'll ship that very soon. I'd like to say, and Riley will probably kick me tomorrow if I promise it's too early, but definitely within the next 4 to 8 weeks.
Okay,
I'd say, yeah.
cool. Please explain how to create custom audiences and lookalike audiences. For example, if we have an email list of 50 or 100,000 customers.
Yeah. I mean, I ran through that. So again, so email lists, for example, that'll be quite interesting when we get to those integrations. Is that we'll be able to display that within the insight canvas in some way. From there, again, going through the audience builder, and I probably should have spent more time and gone through all of the conditions there. I was just conscious of running through it, and I know we're coming up to an hour here. Uh, so it's a matter of plugging in your integrations, looking at your insights, and then building those audiences based off what you're seeing. That's how you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. We got 2 more questions, then we're going to let you guys go to bed. So Henry is asking if my Facebook ads have been going to funnel landing pages and not to my main website where Google Analytics installed. Do you foresee any issues with data integrity?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Because we are conscious of that, we want to make sure that we can combat that as best as possible. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we want to be able to provide um, insanely easy attribution. Because again, a big bugaboo for a Facebook marketer is attribution and making sure that things are firing properly and things are firing in the right place. So the whole data integrity issue. So I absolutely get that, Henry. Thank you for asking that. Yeah, we're super conscious of that. We want to make sure that we can put a system together to combat that and mitigate any issues with that. So we're working on it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. And this question is asking, how does it compare to Ad Espresso?
Woo! That's a big. Yeah, I like these comparisons. It's really boosting my knowledge about computers and all the rest. Yes, Ad Espresso, absolutely fantastic. I've used Ad Espresso for years. Um, Ad Espresso in particular is very much geared towards really, really good A/B testing, and they make it really, really easy, really simple. I mean, to be able to go in and be able to split test 256 ads, and and you can put that together in 15 minutes if you have everything together. That's really great, I think. And to me, at least, I mean, I'm comparing from my personal experience. That is what I'd imagine a core proposition of Ad Espresso. Um, So yeah, they are strictly advertising. I mean, they don't offer a sniff of the breadth of analytics that we offer, insights that we offer. So, um, I mean, immediately, yeah. I mean, you have with Adduco, you have all that ad management plus a whole data sandbox to play in. One thing to mention, and I haven't run through it, is the addition of retargeting and split testing tools. We have developed these, we're testing these. Again, it's something that we are absolutely obsessed about getting right and getting accurate. So that is, it's just a matter of time, really. We want retargeting to be as easy as a product like Shoelace for Shopify. Just make it simple. I mean, just surface the decisions that you need to know as a marketer. Sorry, the decisions that you need to make as a marketer. Put them in front of you and not complicate the process. So that's where we're trying to go with it, and that's how we're trying to compete with platforms like AppSumo and the like.
Awesome. All right, let's do this last one, because this one, looking towards the future, will other social networks like LinkedIn and YouTube be included? And kind of just touch on what's on the roadmap coming up for you guys, and then we'll sign off.
Yeah, no, cool as. So, I mean, Google Ads is the next up. That is, again, there's been literally hundreds of requests everywhere. For the last 8 days, I've dreamt in Google Ads. That's all over my life right now. So yeah, we're doing it. LinkedIn as well. I mean, I'm B2B marketing experienced, and I understand the importance of LinkedIn ads. So that's coming up. That's in the top four. I think the top four right now: Google, LinkedIn, YouTube, and we're tossing up between Twitter or a couple of Zapier interfaces right now. Twitter makes sense as well. So then we have a really good we galvanize a really solid foundation with ad platforms. So having Facebook, Google, Twitter, YouTube ads, and LinkedIn, you should be able to do some pretty cool stuff. And again, the unified campaign builder that I talked about earlier, I think that'll be really, really cool. And that'll help workflows quite a lot. So yeah, absolutely. Again, if you want to see what's coming up, as well as comment and vote up requests and all the rest. I sound like a YouTuber right now. Yeah, just go to our roadmap on Trello. Yeah, talk all over it. We're on it all day. We love seeing your requests and love talking with you guys. So just jump at it.
Awesome. Rees and Riley, thank you guys so much for taking the time to hop on, stay up late. I'm guessing it's something like 3 a.m. for you guys right now. So very appreciative. If all you Sumo links, give a big round of applause for this. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask them on the page on AppSumo. Also, make sure to go check out Adduco on AppSumo. If you have any other questions, hit them up there. Guys, if you have any last words you want to say before we sign off, the floor is yours.
Absolutely. I want to thank everyone. No, I want to thank everyone. Who has interacted with us to date, who has interacted with our product, and all the rest. I mean, to see and to use a product in such an early iteration, to see the roadmap ahead and believe in us and back us is just, it's overwhelming. And Riley and I, every single day, almost every hour, we're just going like, this can't be real, because it's been something we've been working for 2.5 years, and to see that level of validation, and again to see hundreds of people, thousands of people that are backing our vision, and who believing in what this platform can be and will be. I promise you that is just amazing. So thank you guys, and we absolutely cannot wait to ship all of the stuff that we're talking about and build out the remaining 85% of what we have designed right now. So cheers, guys.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. As they're saying in the comments, you guys are rock stars. Everyone's super appreciative of you taking the time. Super excited about Adduco. So thank you guys once again. We will sign off now, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Cheers, guys.
All right. Bye bye.